Good morning, one and all. A very warm welcome to His Excellency Khalifa Hassan Abdul Karim Al Darrai, Executive Director, Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, DCAS, Government of Dubai. His Excellency Dr. Amanpuri, Honourable Consul General of India to the UAE, Consulate General of India, Dubai, UAE. Mr. Asaad Abdul Mutaleb, Deputy to Consul General of Sudan to the UAE. Mr. Nazeer Mustafa, Cultural Attache. Mr. Abdullah, the Big Heart Foundation, Head of Strategy. Dr. Omar Sakaf, Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, DCAS, Government of Dubai. Mr. Shamshuddin bin Mohiddeen, Chairman, Regency Group, CSR Committee, Member of Aster DM Healthcare. Dr. Rashad, Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, DCAS, Government of Dubai. Ms. Alisha Moopen, Deputy Manager, Director-Aster DM Healthcare. Mr. Wilson, Executive Director and Group Head Corporate Governance, Aster DM Healthcare. Dr. Sharbaz, CEO, Aster Hospitals and Clinics. A very warm welcome to everyone present here as well. Marking Aster DM Healthcare's 34th Foundation Day, we are gathered here in aim of making healthcare more accessible to everyone across the globe. Today, we are launching Aster Volunteers Medical Mobile Services in Sudan. Thank you. May I now take this opportunity to call upon Dr. Sharbaz, CEO, Aster Hospitals and Clinic, to present bouquets to all dignitaries. I welcome His Excellency Dr. Amanpuri, Honourable Consul General of India to the UAE, Consul General of India, Dubai, UAE. I welcome Mr. Asaad Abdul Mutaleb, Deputy to Consul General of Sudan to the UAE. I welcome Mr. Nazeer Mustafa, Cultural Attache. I welcome Dr. Omar Sakaf, Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, DCAS, Government of Dubai. I welcome Mr. Shamshuddin bin Mohiddeen, Chairman, Regency Group, CSR Committee. I welcome Dr. Rashad, Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, DCAS, Government of Dubai. I would now like to invite Ms. Alisha Moopen, Deputy Managing Director, Aster DM Healthcare, to kindly address the gathering on this momentous occasion.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Dr. Amanpuri, Mr. Asaad Abdul Mutaleb, Dr. Omar Sakaf, Shamshuddin, dignitaries, and my dear Asterians. It is a real honor and privilege to welcome you all here to Aster. I think we have forgotten physical events over the last few months, so it is great to be able to have at least this small intimate gathering. So really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules. I think this year has been probably one of the toughest, most difficult years we have all witnessed in our generation. And it started with a very small sort of scare that happened in Feb and then sort of has taken the whole world by storm. I think over the last 9 months we realized that something which we kind of did not expect to scale up to this level has created so much fear and worry and instability in the whole world. And we said, if something so small can do that, how can a small act of kindness also scale up in the same way? So the entire genesis of Aster Volunteers and of what Aster has always done is how can we do good and be good and spread that goodness across the world. So we are very excited and proud and privileged and happy to be in this sector where we are able to serve and take care of people and serve humanity and make this world a better place. So this is the very auspicious launch of our 14th medical bus, which has been very kind, where we have had partners like Big Hearts partner with us, with the Consulate of India, with the Consulate of Sudan, and to be able to kind of dedicate this bus and the medical van to the people of Sudan. The whole philosophy of Aster has been always, how can we give accessible and affordable quality healthcare to the people of the world? And for us, we live in a very privileged part of the world, and we operate in a lot of countries where where you don't have the same sort of reality. So how is it that we can extend our hands, open our hearts, and be able to make the world a better place in those areas as well? So we hope that with this gesture, we will be able to allow quality and accessible healthcare for a part of the population that really requires and needs it. Aster Volunteers has now got close to 30,000 volunteers. We have people who have dedicated their time, effort, and resources to try and fulfill our duty as corporate citizens, as social citizens, because like I mentioned right at the beginning, one small act of goodness, if we can scale it up, we can make this world a much better place. So thank you all for joining us today. We are sure that this will only make more people see how they can activate certain actions which can contribute to making this world a healthier place. I think if one thing that pandemic has taught us is that the health is the most important thing. How is it that we can take care of ourselves? How can we take care of the people around us? And how can we take care of the world? We were just having this discussion earlier that the whole world has shrunk and it's become a point. So it doesn't matter some boundaries which are there. So for Aster, how can we go beyond the boundaries? How can everything get blurred? And we can make overall the world a much, much better and happier and healthier place. So thank you all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. May I now take this opportunity to call upon His Excellency Dr. Amanpuri to address the gathering.
Namaskar, Assalamu alaikum. Very good morning to all of you, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear friends. Thank you so much to Aster for this kind invitation. I would like to thank Mrs. Alisha Moopen for this very kind invitation for me to join all of you on this very special day for Aster hospitals and for healthcare. We have joined here to celebrate what Aster volunteers will be doing for the community here in the UAE. Of course, we can see that amongst the hospitals here in the UAE, we see a large number of hospitals driven and run by doctors from India. I think it is a sign of the great partnership between the two countries. The UAE-India partnership has shown how we can contribute to various fields, including healthcare, not only for UAE and the GCC, but the larger region. Of course, India is proud to produce competent, knowledgeable, and very dedicated doctors, not only for India, but for the world. We've all seen, whether we go to United States, Canada, United Kingdom, or any other English-speaking country, invariably there would be a disproportionate number of doctors from India. And we are really proud of it. Myself, I am a dentist by qualification, a diplomat by profession, and a physician at heart. Most of my family members are into medicine, and I can see today, during this unprecedented crisis, how doctors serve selflessly and how they have been a barrier between this virus and the populations, putting themselves, their own families at risk. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate and extend my gratitude on behalf of the Government of India, on behalf of the Indian community here in Dubai and the Northern Emirates, to all UAE governmental authorities for supporting all residents in the UAE and the very large Indian community which is part of that. A very large Indian community sees UAE as their second home, and they have built their lives, they have raised their families, and they look forward to continue contributing to the UAE. I would also like to specially congratulate Dr. Asaad Moopen, who has been a pillar amongst the Indian community, an inspiration for all of us, and someone who has truly made a significant contribution in healthcare in this entire region and in India. And we are really proud to see his work doing so well, and seeing so many others being inspired by what he does. With these words, I would like to thank you, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the dedicated workers who have been helping us go through this crisis, and we will emerge stronger. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Wilson, Executive Director and Group Head Corporate Governance, Aster DM Healthcare, to present memento to all dignitaries.
Excellencies, invited guests, let me place a vote of thanks on behalf of Aster volunteers and Aster Hospital. So first of all, thank you so much the extended support extended by Excellency Khalifa and his team members, Dr. Omar, Sakaf, and Dr. Rashad, who are personally present here. And unfortunately, Dr. Excellency Khalifa could not come, but his support has been always excellent to us. So we place in records our gratitude to them from Dubai Ambulance. So then we have Excellency Dr. Amanpuri, our Honourable Consul General of India. So we are proud of your valuable contribution to the country. Thank you for being present with us. On behalf of us, we extend a warm welcome, gratitude to you. And we want to really thank Excellency Yaqub, the Consul General of Ghanem Yaqub, the Consul General of Sudan to UAE. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it happen, and we are extending our gratitude to him to make this project happening, and even connecting with the Ministry of Health there in Sudan. And on his behalf also, and the participants from the Sudan Consulate, Mr. Asaad, Abdul, Mutaleb, and Mr. Al Nasser Mustafa, we extend our warm gratitude to you also, people. So Mr. Abdulllah, our strategic partner, from the Govt Foundation, could not make it happen due to some emergency, but we are really proud of the support has been extended by Govt Foundation in making these projects happening in Africa. This is our second project in Africa after Ethiopia. So we have a long way to go. Thank you, Govt Foundation, from our heart. On behalf of us again, Mr. Shamshuddin bin Mohiddeen, our Director Board member and a member of our CSR committee. So we want to thank you. Then other dignitaries here, our senior leadership team, Ms. Alisha, Mr. Wilson, Dr. Sharbas, and then their team members of Dr. Sharbas here, Mr. Bruno, Mr. Siraj, Sister Sarah, then the members Asif, Sumesh, you are making Aster, all of us proud. Thank you for the great volunteering from the Aster Hospital front. And then the Aster volunteers team. We have Muhammad Sohail here, then we have Mr. Ratin, then Dr. Mazuddin, Dr. Sadish, and Mr. Suresh. It would be unfair if I don't mention their name. Thank you for the wonderful support you have been extending. And again, thanks to Mr. Saumendra and all other people from in the backside, supporting. And also, I extend the gratitude to our vehicle partner, Iveco, who are present here. Thank you once again, and we look forward to have your continuous support in future endeavors too. Thank you.